completed. Next up, we've got women's singles and the reigning world and Olympic champion. In fact, she's two-time world champion, Carolina Marin, but she hasn't been in a Super Series tournament final so far this year. Following that women's singles, we'll have men's singles. And what an occasion for the 19-year-old Anders Antonsson. This is only his third Super Series tournament final, and here he is, the last remaining Dane in the singles disciplines in his home Super Series event. Then it's the battle in the women's doubles of the Olympic medalists, the silver medalists from Denmark against the bronze medalists from Korea. And then we finish with a second men's doubles. Ivanov and Sosnov, the reigning All England champions, against the former All England champions. Both pairs, incidentally, former European champions as well. So plenty of action still to come here on quarterfinals day from the Yonex Denmark Open. As far as the women's singles draw is concerned, well, as you can see, two of the quarterfinals have already been completed, and Akane Yamaguchi in the top half of the draw for a second consecutive time against the Olympic bronze medalist and All England champion Nozomi Okuhara records a victory. In the bottom half of the draw, well, it's a first ever Super Series tournament semi-final for the player from Hong Kong, Cheng. And in the bottom half of the draw, as you can see, two-seeded players will battle it out, Tai Su Ying and Sung Ji Hyun. But we're concentrating on the top quarter. Carolina Marin, the world #1 and #1 seed, up against #7 seed, Sun Yu of China. 6 different nations involved in the quarterfinal stage of the women's singles, 3 Japanese players. And as we wait for the women's singles players to come onto court, there's the tall Sun Yu of China. Steen, I think it's indicative of the way things are going. Japanese women's singles players doing very well in world terms now, aren't they? 3 in the quarterfinal stage. It's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. This lady that we saw before here is Carolina Marin, but Sun Yu and Heping Zhao right now the Chinese challenge in women's singles, and that means that we must consider Japan as the dominant nation in women's singles, in my opinion.
Yeah. Not too shabby at women's doubles either, are they, with the Olympic champions? Yeah. It'll be an interesting next Uber Cup. There is the Olympic champion, Carolina Marin. Surprising to many that she hasn't reached a Super Series tournament final so far this year. Last year, won 5 Super Series titles. But the whole focus up until now for Carolina Marin was the Olympic Games.
And she suffered a shoulder injury from playing women's doubles in the European team competition in February, and that sort of harmed a bit of the preparations for All England.
Yeah, but she has won 2 titles this year, not only the Olympic Games, but retained her European crown. In fact, she was the 3rd consecutive women's singles player to retain the European Championship. She is the world #1, and she's enjoying her 3rd spell as world #1. She's only #10 on the Super Series standings, but then this is only her 5th Super Series tournament of the year. Born in Huelva, but now lives in Madrid. And as far as her tournament is concerned, well, both of her previous matches against qualifiers. And I can tell you, against Jakobsen in the very first round, she had to save a match point at 20-21 in that deciding game. And 3 games also against Kim Na-young of Korea. So perhaps after the Olympic gold medal, a bit of time off, or perhaps not the intensity of the training and practice, because she actually withdrew from both the Japan and Korean Super Series and perhaps had some very deserved time off following her gold medal in Rio. Well, as far as Sun Yu is concerned, from the port city of Dalian in Liaoning province in northeast China, currently number 9, which is the highest she's ever been, enjoying her 12th week as world number 1 in her second spell. She's gone up 3 places on the Super Series standings to number 5. And as far as she's concerned, well, first round match against one of the semi-finalists from the Korean Super Series, Kim Ho-min. And then in the second round against another left-hander, a player promoted from the qualifying, Mette Poulsen. 2 games there. So she's looked very comfortable so far, has Sun Yu. And apart from Ratchanok Intanon, who won 3 Super Series titles back-to-back earlier this year, I think she's the only player to have been in 3 Super Series tournament finals this year, Sun Yu. Well, this will be the 4th meeting between the 2 players, and of the previous 3, Sun Yu has won 2 of them. But the last time they met was in the first round of this Denmark Open last year. And obviously with Carolina Marin going on to reach the semi-final, where she lost out to PV Sindhu a year ago. She won on that occasion. Only been to 3 games once when these 2 players have played against each other, and that was the first time they met, but that was 4 years ago. So Gitte Stermusa from Denmark are umpire for this one, and Jitorut Tanukarapat from Thailand, our service judge. Well, that achievement in Rio with the Olympic gold medal cannot be understated as far as Carolina Marin is concerned. First European player to ever win gold medal in women's singles at the Olympic Games. Of course, we've had an Olympic champion in the men's singles, Paul Erik Hoyer Larsen, who is now the president of the BWF, the Badminton World Federation. And for Carolina Marin, one of only 7 gold medals at the Olympic Games in Rio. 3 in canoeing. I didn't know canoeing was such a big sport in Spain, but it obviously is. So the world and Olympic champion, the world number 1, Carolina Marin.
Oh, trick serve there.
Yes, deceiving her opponent on the low serve, her first serve of the match. Overdone it. And of course, Steen, I mentioned Spain and gold medals. There's 7 gold medals that they won in Rio. And I guess the highest profile gold medal was in tennis, in the men's doubles, Rafa Nadal and Marc Lopez. And Spain has a real tradition in tennis, and women's singles players winning the French Open, Wimbledon, Martinez, and a whole list of wonderful tennis players. But do you think that Carolina Marin is changing the status of badminton in Spain with her Olympic gold medal?
I think she is. I think she is. It'll take some years before we'll get the final result of that, but there's no doubt that this has created publicity around badminton in Spain. I was told, I haven't checked it, so it's unconfirmed, but I was told that there's only 7,000 badminton players in all of Spain.
Goodness me.
If that's correct, then it's a remarkable achievement.
Yeah.
There's room for more.
I assume that's
players.
Registered players.
I think so.
Yeah. Just wide.
had some stomach pain the first 2 days here, and still feels a little pain, according to Fernando Rivas, the Spanish coach. But
well, I noticed she's got strapping on her right thigh there.
yeah,
So perhaps not 100% fit at the moment.
we don't know that strapping might be only a precaution, but he told me that she's just been practicing for 2 weeks up to this tournament, and there's been so much holiday and celebration in Spain, so only 2 weeks practice behind the participation in this tournament. And of course, you got to be careful, because you still have the power to move quickly and so on, so you got to be extremely careful not injuring yourself. We can see that the quick footwork that we saw in the Olympics, where in my opinion she played at a speed I've never seen a female singles player play at before, is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very impressive campaign for her, wasn't it, in the whole way through the Olympics. That final against PV Sindhu was a wonderful spectacle and a wonderful advertisement for women's singles in the sport of badminton. Look at that jump smash.
2 youngsters, 21 and 23. So well played. What a powerful attack she has as well, Sun Yu.
Yeah, she's got to be careful with injuries as well. We saw what a tall lady she was, 183. That's just over 6 foot. And she's a youngster too. She's only 22 years of age. But look at the amount of strapping on those knees. Both knees heavily, heavily strapped.
Of course, a very important period for Sun Yu, as well as China's without its 3 top-ranked women's singles players, Wang Xixian and Wang Yihan, both retired, and Li Shuirui is out with injury. So it's a chance for Sun Yu to sort of create a mark for herself in these tournaments here, that she's the one who should be given the attention going forward in the Chinese team.
Yeah.
Had 2 easy first round matches, Sun Yu, so she hasn't really been stretched. And
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
if she wins, it's a good thing. But no, I think when you play Marin now in this match, and she's struggled in the first 2 and maybe gotten a little bit better health-wise and so on, it might take a little while until you get your own game up to the same speed. So that might be the case for Sun Yu here, and I don't know, she's got those, or at least the right knee quite heavily strapped.
Oh, that's a good smash.
That's one thing that she can do. The overhand shots from the back court, that's really, really powerful.
Accurate too.
Yeah. Here's Fernando Rivas, and I hope he's had a little holiday as well, because I know the Spanish coaches, they've been working really, really hard. And he just became a father earlier this year, so I think he has been missing spending some time with his newborn daughter.
Missed it.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-4.
Oh, I like that drop.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well, the whole of that rally until that final shot was perfect.
It was just the last shot missing.
Yeah, she really made her opponent twist and turn the whole time. And that's difficult for a tall athlete, isn't it?
Yeah, very difficult. But she did well in this rally to recover those shots, in my opinion. And she should sort of get confidence from the fact that Marin wasn't able to place it with the required margin. So that's going to be interesting right now to see if Marin can create a bigger advantage within the rallies. But right now she's got difficulties getting the big opportunities. Sunju is doing a really good job of neutralizing the shots from Marin. That's okay.
I don't think she needed to have played that final kill.
No, that would have gone wide.
Yeah.
9-6.
But it's that net shot here, that does the trick. Look how far Sun Yu had moved away from the net. She expected a lift. Please lift, that would be the normal, hopeful situation for the Chinese player. But doing something else, challenging a little bit at the net from way below the net, that was the thing that was decisive for this rally.
Service over. 7-9.
Came off the frame of the racket.
10-7. Right. Service over. 8-10.
High serve is long. Service error there from Sun Yu. And it means that Carolina Marin has a 3-point advantage at the mid-game interval.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
From China, Shen Ziwei and Shen Qing Chen. And now facing the world ranked number 6, from Indonesia, Robin Joran and Debbie Susanto.
Hey.
That's a good shot. And if she can hit those, Marin, she's going to be able to make it difficult for Sun Yu. Oh, that's wide, I think.
Oh, that's good. Oh, how does she control that? Do you know, honestly, I mean, the composure physically and mentally of Carolina Marin when she's in trouble is extraordinary. I really thought she was in big trouble deep in the forehand corner. Plays a lovely drop shot, comes in, plays the perfect net shot when she's taking it late. It's amazing.
Good defense by Sun Yu. Good defense.
10, 12.
Oh, the umpire's having a word here. Well, I can't really hear the umpire, but I think she was saying you've got to speed up a little bit in between rallies. And that would coincide with other umpires having told Sun Yu exactly the same thing in previous matches I've watched. Oh, that's landed on the line. What a great lift.
13, 10.
Yeah. No reason for challenging that one. Great play.
11, 13.
That shot there took her from being under pressure to being in control.
Oh, my word. That's good, isn't it?
14, 11.
It goes for both players. You simply have to have the correct length and height on the cross clears, cross lift here. Otherwise, both players will intercept. Really powerful attack.
Well, a little point towards the line after she made that error from Carolina Marin, as if to question herself whether it was going wide. What do you think?
I think it stayed in.
Yeah, there's the little point.
Play.
Oh, look at that.
Good shot.
Service over. 15, 12.
All about angle and placement.
Yeah, we saw that a number of times in the Olympics as well, and reminds me of a shot that Tina Baum used to master quite well, and actually Marin had some help from Tina Baum during the preparation for the Olympics. Was practicing a week with her in Ibiza. There's a Spanish training center.
Service over. 13, 15.
Please welcome the
15.
technical officials to door number 2.
Well played. Done a good job, Sunyu, sort of staying in the match and picking up all the easy points that are out there.
Court number 2, Women's Doubles. Please welcome winners at the European Games. Two sisters from Bulgaria, Gabriela Stoeva and Stefani Stoeva.
It's a good lift. Oh, that's always just long. I was just about to say that's a clever shot. I certainly like the idea.
And bronze medalist winners at the Asian Championships.
Yeah, it was long. Yeah. You were talking yesterday, Steen, about the fact that it's very nearly perfect playing conditions here. The players love it in this arena, though it is very small. It's the smallest arena on the Super Series, the 12 tournaments throughout the year. But there is, you thought, a tiny bit of drift.
Tiny little drift, yeah.
Going towards that far end.
Yes. And we have quite fast shuttles here as well. It's not so good weather outside. It's low pressure, and I've learned that low pressure or high pressure affects the speed of the shuttles. So actually, when the weather is really nice, the shuttles tend to be a little slower. And I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was about temperature when it was cold or hot, but it's not. It's about pressure, and of course, that makes perfectly sense.
Oh, nice backhand. Oh, well, wrong choice of shots from Carolina Marin.
And again, I think
This one.
Yeah, Sunju's doing a really, really good job. She's playing a little bit more patient than I would have expected, but she's having success with it at the moment.
17-15.
That's wide. Little stamp of frustration from Carolina Marin.
15.
And that might be the sort of the explanation for these shots is that 2 weeks is not enough. I mean, speed is looking quite nice, but perhaps the last precision, accuracy in the shots is missing a little bit.
Yeah.
It would be natural, and that's what Sunju has been exploiting so well up until now.
Yeah, a run of 6 straight points really has put a different complexion, hasn't it, on its opening game.
And the danger for Sunju is that if suddenly the shots gets a little bit better, then she'll be in trouble.
Oh, had a little think about it, didn't it? Sat on the top of the tape and then fell back her side.
19-16.
Millimetre from going over.
There was a standard situation where Sunju plays this low cross drop, and I would like to see Marin play that straight long a couple of times to open up the court.
So you're not talking off the drop shot, you're talking off the cross net shot.
Yeah, when Sun Yu is under a little bit of pressure in her long forehand side, she tends to play the cross drop from a low position to the backhand side of Carolina Marin. Really important if Marin could play the straight, flat drive to the backhand of Sun Yu, that would open up the court a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you now. This one here.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
play that long line.
Yeah.
That will really open up the court for crosses in one of the next shots, and that would be really hard to cover for Sun Yu.
19-all.
A little bit of deception, always difficult for tall players to cope with that. I remember once Tina Bowen told me that when she played Ratchanok, she couldn't really see what she was doing. It was so annoying because there were so many deceptions on her shot.
Yeah. That's landed in. Wow, this is incredible. 4 straight points to earn herself a game point opportunity. That's perfect. Look at that. Plumb on the line.
And this is terrible for Sun Yu because, I mean, she was in control of this first game.
Yeah.
What a great rally.
Yeah.
Long.
Opening game to the world #1, Carolina Marin. My goodness me, on a run of 5 straight points.
There's a challenge.
Well, that's never going to win, is it, that challenge? That's out by a country mile in badminton terms.
I hope they find that shuttle again.
Well, I suppose you might as well challenge. You can't keep your challenges till the next game. And the players have actually swapped ends, so she knows that it was out. But we need Hawkeye to officially confirm that. Here we go.
Challenge unsuccessful.
I thought it might have been out of the area that Hawkeye is covering.
First game won by Carolina Marin, 21-19.
21-19 in 27 minutes.
Chen Jin already back on his chair.
He never gives much instruction in length of time.
No.
During intervals, does he? Former world champion, of course, Chen Jin. Paris 2010. Beat Taufik Hidayat in the final, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
And unfortunately, we didn't have any microphone on any of the players. Might be able to interpret a few words of the Spanish coaching, but definitely not the Chinese.
No.
But, not all coaches feel comfortable about having these, what's it called, teleporters
Yeah.
attached to them. In some tournaments, we see the cameramen come on court with sort of held microphones. And
Well, it's jolly interesting for us if we get to hear what the coaches are saying, but I can understand why some coaches wouldn't like it.
and I felt it odd in the beginning as well, and sometimes I had to cover the mic with my hand if I felt I was saying something that shouldn't have.
Yeah. Oh, challenge here.
Sun Yi challenges called in.
Off. In by a whisker.
Challenge unsuccessful. Sun Yi, one challenge remaining.
Good to get it checked, because had she played on one of the courts where there were no Hawkeye, she would have
1-0.
probably thought about that for a rally or two.
Service over.
We
2-1.
would like to invite you to celebrate Lee Chong-wei's birthday. He will be arriving at the sports hall in just a moment.
Look at that.
Service over.
Straight smash, follow up, looking for the straight block.
2-0.
And that footwork that she's got to make there, Sunju, that simply she's not fast enough to do that. Dive to the backhand side and then get all across court to the short forehand corner. Very difficult.
Oh, there's a challenge here. Yeah.
Carolina Marin challenges called out.
No, it was desperately close again. Just as well, we've got Hawkeye. Hawkeye using their tracking system now rather than the high-speed cameras down the line as they used to. Here we go. Well done, line judge.
Challenge unsuccessful. Carolina Marin, one challenge remaining. Service over. 3-2.
Looked to me as if she changed her mind, that she was going to try and kill it, and then realised perhaps she was a little late onto it. Look, she's hovering. Yeah, a wry smile. She knows she made a bit of a mess of that. Well, this is a good start to the second game from Sun Yu, and I particularly like it because you said, Steen, that she seemed to be in control after winning those 6 straight points towards the end of the first game, and then to lose the opening game, sometimes that can play on players' minds, but she's got to focus back straight away, and I like that. Well, that's good commitment coming forward.
This was where she normally in the first game played the cross shot, Sun Yu, and playing the straight shot here, that's not a possibility against Marin. She follows up too well. So I think we'll see more of those crosses.
Yeah, hit the top of the tape and went over.
4-6.
It didn't dare to stare outside of the court. Good shot.
It is good, isn't it?
7-4.
It's not often you see Carolina Marin forced to play that high backhand from deep in court, so is it it's the quality of her opponent's shot that forced that? You need to be faster.
Yeah, she knows that.
Yes, I
She
think
needs
the
to be faster.
not just
ready.
not just in between rallies.
Service over. 5-7.
And she's having a heavy strapping on her left knee as well, Sun Yu. I didn't pick up on that in the first place, but big strappings on both knees. Good shot. Oh, that's fantastic.
Because of the build-up or just the technique of that final shot?
The technically, that shot there, it's really quick release, and another one with deception and quick release, and it costs no energy. It doesn't bring her out of balance or anything, and it's extremely hard to recover them for any player.
Yeah. Nice
Exactly
weight.
the right mark, and not near the lines.
I just get the sense, Steen, that Marin has upped her pace of movement and pace of shot.
Sun Yu's really got to hang on tight now, because otherwise Marin is going to run away, I think. It's difficult because she's already been giving 2 light warnings, no card warnings, so to speak. So she can't really take any more of the pace out of the match. Well played here.
8-0.
Just lost her spatial awareness. She could have played it. That is good.
That's really bad news for Sun Yu, that Marin has hit a number of good attacking shots in a row from that backhand corner. That's one of the areas where the opponents have sort of tried their luck. Very, very strong from the forehand corner, Marin. Yeah.
Service over. 9-0.
Yeah, she can see that Marin's not quite behind the shuttle,
Yeah.
and therefore able to anticipate better. Nicely played from Sun Yu.
It's over.
There's that same type of shot again.
10.
Shot that costs
9.
nothing but is really efficient.
Ah.
Oh, that looked long.
Oh, that's nice. That's a very, very good rally, isn't it? High intensity. Quality points. A nice way to take us to the mid-game interval. 2-point advantage for Carolina Marin. He's such an intelligent man, is Fernando Rivas. Doing a PhD at the moment, isn't he? But I mean, his study of the game of badminton, and he speaks about 5 different languages, doesn't he, fluently? Or it's
Yeah,
quite
I think so.
incredible.
Ball 1,
The
20
PhD is
seconds.
about the impact of the first 4 shots in the impact on the rally of the first 4 shots in singles. So you got to play
Time.
the first 4 shots well. That increases your chance of winning the rally.
On
Sounds
top
fair,
now.
but we've more focused on it in the doubles disciplines.
Carolina, Sonia.
Oh, the umpire's going to have a word with them both.
When I say it's time, it's time. Next time, I have to play fast. Okay, are you ready? Sorry. Time.
11-9. Play. Service over.
Well, that rally, only 2 shots. My mind is thinking, Steen, about this first 4 shots and the impact on the rally. And I'm immediately thinking back to the French Open final, tennis, and the average women's singles final, that is, the average rally length on the opening set was under 3 shots.
Yeah.
So
French Open, that's amazing since it's clay.
since it's clay. And this is the thing that's really made me interested, because here we are, we're talking about the first 4 shots impacting on the rally.
Yeah.
In comparison to tennis, our rallies are much longer. And it's much more about trying to outmaneuver your opponent, outthink your opponent, work the rally first, whereas, you know, obviously by definition, if rallies in tennis are so short, the serve and the return and limiting errors rather than playing winners is perhaps more relevant. And badminton, obviously, if you're talking about 4 shots, I mean, how many shots is this already in the rally? It's gone wide. It's fascinating stuff.
12-11.
I still like that shot, straight shot to the backhand. And I think Carolina Marin should try it one more time. Just played a little bit better than before.
Well, 4 points since the mid-game interval, and all 4 points going to Sun Yu.
And think about what happened coming out of the interval. Marin was going a little bit towards the coach, asking some kind of question. There's something in that talk that she wasn't really clear about. Then the umpire warns them, and she's lost 5 rallies in a row now.
Yeah.
So she's not, in my opinion, there's a good chance that she's not through processing all the information or the things that happened just at the end of the interval.
Yeah, good point.
14-11. Service over.
I like the idea there from Sunju.
12-14.
Well, playing back to net shot of her opponent's net shot, yeah.
Great speed from her, movement-wise.
14.
Coming back and still maintaining the pressure. That's well done.
Yeah, quite often when we talk about players increasing the speed, it's not always speed of shot, is it? It's speed of movement.
Yeah.
But I like the aggression as well, the desire to keep the shuttle going in a downward direction.
Service over. 15-13.
This is too fast for Sunju.
Yeah,
Not only the speed of movement, but also the speed of shots.
yeah, the punch clear,
Yep.
the angles. Look at that slice, and look how quickly she's in. I didn't see Steen. Who instigated the break there? Was it Sun Yu?
Didn't see that.
No. Yeah, look at the strapping. Heavily strapped, both knees.
Yeah.
Yes. 14-15. Play.
Yeah.
Service over.
Once again, I question the choice of shots from Carolina Marin.
16-14.
Yeah, it was just before that.
Yeah, it was a little too flat and
Yeah.
not long enough. Good execution there by Sun Yu.
14. Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina doesn't know where the shuttle is.
No, she couldn't see it. Wide. No.
No, it's
in.
landed in. Yeah. I wonder if that could be a turning point.
It's a situation quite similar to the one in the first game.
Yeah. Very similar. We did, in fact, have 18-15 in the first.
It's a little bit tough for Marin at the moment because she's pretty much playing full court against three corners. She's very rarely playing to the long backhand corner of Sun Yu, and I get the idea that you don't want to give her too much time there, but when you can put pressure on her, it's, in my opinion, quite a good idea to play that corner.
Oh, perfect net shot from Sun Yu. That was super, hit the top of the tape and went over.
19-16.
Yeah. It was quite a deflection. 2 points away from taking this second game now. Point away from taking this second game and extending the match to a decider. Sun Yu.
16. No. Further back. Thank you. Play.
We will be treated to a third and deciding game. We're only 6 minutes shy of the hour mark. And it's one game apiece. 21-16 the second game. Uncharacteristic error from Carolina Marin on the net shot. One game all. 3 courts in action, as you can see, on quarterfinals day here in Odense. Well, as we can't hear the coaches, Steen, I'm going to ask you, what would you be saying? I know you know Fernando Rivas very well indeed. You're good friends and consult on many things, but you personally, what would you be advising Carolina Marin at the moment?
Yeah. That's a good question. I would definitely try to get her to play the long backhand corner a bit more, and then probably I would talk a little bit about the mental part of it. That this match is probably won by the one who wants it the most, and she's definitely good enough to win it. So it's really difficult because and they have such a close working relationship, and I think Fernando has a really great touch of what to say and when to say things to Carolina. It's not always about the match, I think.
Yeah.
Or the precise tactical elements. There's other things also, in my opinion, that they discuss. So it's not so easy to. I mean, you have to apply the coaching to the player, or to the type that the player is. But the thing is that I think the second part of the second game, I don't really think that Sun Yu won that game. I think Carolina more or less lost it. I think she got a little bit off her mental zone, and Sun Yu was doing really well to capitalize on that. She played really steady.
Yeah. It's interesting because we were talking yesterday about sometimes a player can, their desire is so strong to win that it's actually detrimental to their well-being on court, and then they get over tense. And we talked about the Wimbledon final in tennis in 1993 with Steffi Graf and Jana Novotná, and how Novotná was so far up, and her desire to win Wimbledon actually made her, people talk about it, choking.
Yeah, the choking.
But, you know, if you say who wants this more?
Yeah.
I mean, Carolina Marin, you can tell by her verbal screaming on court, she hates to lose. That's quite obvious.
She does.
But her big goal has all been focused towards these Olympic Games. So does she really care in the way that perhaps Sun Yu, you've already talked about it, she's needing to prove herself, because there's a whole group of teenage Chinese players that are coming through right now, and with the older players having retired ones, former Olympic champion, she needs to prove herself, and I'm just wondering whether that tips the balance in favor of Sun Yun.
There is a chance it might, but I'm not sure. I still think Carolina has a great chance of winning this. I feel that the second part of the second game was I think they tried to develop the game from this tournament. Okay, we started out at a certain level in this tournament, and now in order to have a good chance of going further in the tournament, perhaps winning it, we need to put on a little, and then a little more, and then a little more. And I think there was some kind of instruction there that Carolina didn't really understand immediately. That was what she was inquiring about when the umpire called them and said that they needed to be ready when she said so. But I agree with exactly what you said, Joe, that Carolina Marin, she's now, in terms of achievements, the most successful European player ever. She has 2 European Championships, 2 World Championships, and 1 Olympic gold medal. So that's been the goal. It's been the goal for so long time. So what's the goal now? I mean,
Yeah.
what can I win more? And I think it takes some time to sort of cope with that.
Yeah.
Things are happening in her life. She's moved out of the Blume residence, the college where the Spanish team are staying. She's lived there for 9 years. Now she's gotten her own apartment in Madrid and is living on her own and so on. So these factors, it's a coincidence that we are aware of them for Marin, but they are there for all the players. They go through different phases in their lives, and it affects the attention that you can put on badminton. Good shot by Sun Yu.
Yeah, that punch clear.
Yeah. And that's maybe why she's not playing that backhand corner, because if she plays it, Marin, if she plays Sun Yu's backhand corner and gives her time, then she's got really good shots, Sun Yu. We can see that here. But the thing that Sun Yu does, she's actually catching Carolina Marin with the exact same shot. A clear punch clear to the backhand side, and she doesn't get in the correct position.
5-4.
Yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 doubts creeping into the mind of Marin.
Yeah. And remember, in the second game, there were 3 or 4 beautiful shots from her backhand corner, straight down the line, attacking shots. We haven't seen any of that ever since.
Well, the yells after the rally just gone up a couple of decibels.
Yeah, it's not like she's got a cold or anything. Very good service return.
Yeah. Well, she's openly admitted that the yells after the rally is to tell her opponents that I'm here and I want to beat you. I don't think there's ever been any doubt that she wants to win, has there? She's a feisty character.
Great play.
Brilliant.
Great play.
That is the shot of the day so far. Doesn't look spectacular, but my goodness, that was brilliant. Totally deceiving Carolina Marin. The punch clear.
And not possible to intercept in any way.
Super.
It's clear that Marin is frustrated now because it's mostly power that she's relying on.
That's the one where you wanted her to
Yeah.
play straight.
Yeah.
Keeps playing back to the forehand corner, and well played.
And I mean, the Chinese have video cameras as well. So that you don't have to cover your backhand corner, that's just fantastic. I mean,
10, 6.
that's if you were allowed to pick a corner that your opponent could not play you in, you would choose your backhand corner. No pressure on the backhand, please. Okay.
Sun Yu has just won 9 of the last 12 points.
Yeah.
1-3 down she was. Make that 10 of the last 13 points to change ends in this deciding game with a 5-point advantage. Fernando Rivas slightly slow to come onto the court here. What was he doing?
He forgot his jacket.
Ah. And the strict rules about the attire of the coaches sitting on the coaching bench.
Yeah, you're not allowed to wear shorts.
No. Must be wearing badminton kit.
20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So what can the world number one do in response? Sun Yu very much looking in command at the moment.
Yeah.
Things can change awfully quickly. It's going wide. Oh, she took it. This lift. I thought this lift was going wide. Oh,
No,
no,
probably
no,
not.
no. She was right to play it. Yeah, we're sitting at an angle, aren't we, behind the court, and it's difficult to judge sometimes. In fact, I can't see the sideline at all at Carolina Marin's end of the court, her forehand side. As we look down, I can't see that at all.
13-6.
Yeah, no question that was wide. Yeah.
Well played, well played. Very satisfied change in there.
7 straight points.
14-6.
And what a difference it's made to the complexion of this match now. 7-6, you think it's anybody's, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
But all of a sudden,
Yeah.
14-6. And you think it's all over bar the celebrations for Sun Yu. But I've learnt my lesson in this sport before. I'm not going to make predictions anymore.
7-14.
There was the quick release shots, the technical shot, the more technical shot. Instead of raw power. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
8-14.
Maybe play the same corner twice. That would be interesting to see what Sun Yu had in response to that. She doesn't need to respond. Excellent service return again.
8.
Are you talking about any corner or just in the deep corners?
Any corner, twice the same corner. Given that you have some kind of pressure on the first shot.
That's nice. It was almost like a doubles exchange early on in that rally, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Flat little pushes.
Yeah.
Please welcome the technical officials to
So that had exactly the right height, so that Sun Yu couldn't get below it, and that's what I've been missing from Marin in this match.
Well, Sun Yu
Yeah.
appeals to the umpire that it may have been a fault from her opponent, but the umpire says no, it was all perfectly legal, and I think the umpire was probably right. But let's have another look at it. No.
Perfectly right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I'm not really sure why we have. Okay. Because we have a announcement to one of the other quarters. It just feels strange that they start playing music in the middle of the
Yes,
rally.
I noticed that yesterday.
And she is facing the horse.
Net cord helping her again. Mind you, I think they've been pretty even on the net cords today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it thundered off the top of the tape, didn't it?
The umpire is Andrea Black, and the service judge is Kenneth A. Jensen.
11-16.
I think Sun Yu should win one of the next two rallies in order to be totally comfortable.
Oh, well, that's gone too long. Yeah,
Otherwise, she gives a little piece of hope to Marin.
yes, and it wouldn't be the first time we've seen Sun Yu just tighten up towards the end of a match, would it?
I don't know whether the physical aspect is going to come in here. 73 minutes have they played. That's long as well.
And all of a sudden it's believable again, isn't it?
And to put long, that means that Marin, in my opinion, can focus a lot on the front court in the next rally, because if I was Sun Yu, I would be reluctant to play with pace to the baseline.
The winner of the US Open from Korea, Lee Jun-il.
Well, since you said she needed to win one of the next 2 rallies, she's lost 3 rallies.
A little bit of discussion with Chen Jin after that rally.
Perhaps just needing reassurance as much as anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good return. That's a very, very good return.
17-14.
Yep, he's making a note about something. Jin.
Oh, that was going wide. Oh, sorry, long. That's wide.
That's wide. And that's psychologically, as far as scoreboard pressure is concerned, was huge, because there's a huge difference between 17-15 and 18-14 as it is. I know it's only 2 points on the scoreboard, but psychologically now she knows she's only got to win 3 more points and she's won the match.
Yeah. She can see the goal line now.
Yeah. That was a good net shot. Yeah. Oh, Carolina Marin limping after that rally. Look at that net shot. That's super. Now, just watch her movement after the rally. Oh, we're not going to see it. Maybe just a little tweak and cool off.
Tried a little deception on that one, Sun Yu, but missed it.
No, there was a one-time 8-point deficit. No, there's just 2 points in it.
What a great rally.
Oh. That's a steep, sharp smash, isn't it?
I think you might be right, Jill, that Sun Yu's indeed tightening up a little bit.
17-18.
Well, no, it's 11 or 15 points to Carolina Marin. Remember, she was 6-14 down.
Yeah.
Back level. Well, the umpire wants to have a word with Carolina Marin. It's not about the shuttle. Yep, she's calling her over. Now, what was that?
18-0.
Showing aggression towards her opponent.
Probably.
18 all. And into the lead.
Yeah.
Well, we've no. She's a great fighter.
She's a great fighter, and she's good in these situations. She's not afraid to lose. I don't understand Sun Yu. She's been playing 2 smashes in the last couple of rallies, both of them directly into the forehand of Carolina Marin. She's had such success targeting the backhand side.
9 of the last 11 points.
It's a chess game right now.
Yeah. Oh, you get that back.
Good shot.
Oh, it's just wide. Good judgment from Sun Yu. And it's all level once more. What a rally. Oh. Yeah, there's the courage again to go for it.
Yeah.
Coming into the net, making the kill, making it count. Yeah, even managed to keep calm with that net cord. Around the head smash, follows forward, and makes the backhand kill. And her reward is a match point opportunity.
Oh,
Wide. It's gone wide.
it was going wide all the way from the impact. Well, at least it's good match practice.
All extra points required, of course, until the clear 2-point winning margin. An hour and 23 minutes of fascinating, pulsating badminton. Yeah. Nerve-wracking being a coach as well by the looks of things. Well, how can any of us have questioned her desire?
21-20.
Second match point opportunity for Carolina Marin.
Oh, was that wrong? Good shot.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That is
Fantastic.
unbelievable.
What accuracy she's playing with, Sun Yu, in the decisive rallies here.
It's amazing.
21 all.
Played with disguise, too. Yeah, more notes.
Oh, great retrieval, great retrieval.
Well, that was superb. I thought that rally was Marin's all the way after that shot there. But look at this defensive shot from
But
Sun
she
Yu.
stopped, she thought it was a winner.
Yeah.
Marin stopped, she didn't move forward as she normally does.
Well, now a first match point opportunity for Sun Yu.
Play.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh,
I don't believe it. What do you have to do to win? The net cord from Carolina Marin, saving match point. But the speed of the exchanges early on in that rally steam were just phenomenal.
yeah, and I was actually sitting with the impression that Sun Yu had the upper hand in that rally,
Yeah.
all the way to the last shot. She's trying to tighten her shoe, but the umpire says, no, no, no.
Well,
What he wanted to do, play on barefooted?
yeah.
Time.
Well, what a match this is. Well, it's the match of the tournament so far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I mean, what great exchanges we've got here as this third game is coming to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Such high quality badminton.
Sun Yu. Play.
Yeah, but it's not her turn to serve.
Well, they've both shown they've got the desire to win this. We did question that a little earlier on. I think it's a question now of who's got the nerve.
Yeah, and the lock. Good service return. She's been playing mostly good service returns, Sun Yu, on those short services from Marin.
22.
So now a second match point opportunity for Sun Yu, having already saved 2 match point opportunities for Marin. It's going long. Oh,
she
she's
did-
taken it.
Good deception.
Well, no yell after the rally this time from Carolina Marin, but a long, hard look at her opponent.
23 all.
I would have liked to see a Hawkeye prediction on those high lifts to Sun Yu's baseline.
Yeah, I thought a couple. Oh, warning for time delay. We're very nearly 90 minutes into the match.
It's been a good match.
Yeah. 23 all. Challenge. There's a challenge here from Sun Yu. First challenge we've had in this deciding game. I think it was probably the right call, but as I've said earlier, we're not in the best position to see. Here we go.
Challenge unsuccessful. Sun Yu won challenge remaining.
Perhaps more about getting a little break.
24-23.
And now she's going to be careful, Sun Yu, because should she get another warning, then it's the match.
Yeah.
Because Marin only needs one more point, and a red card is a point penalty.
Yes, it's match point number 3 for Carolina Marin.
Good shot.
Set up with the tight spinning net shot of her opponent's net shot. Yeah, that was good courage. This one here, look at that.
24
Takes some courage to play it back at Marin in that situation.
Yeah.
Well done, Sun Yu. Good deception.
There wasn't enough on that downward shot from Sun Yu. It wasn't disguised, there wasn't really enough angle.
25-24.
Well, she wants the court mopped, where she put her hands down. Yeah. Difficult to know whether that was supposed to be a drop shot or a half smash. But it really didn't put enough pressure on.
It was a missed shot.
Yeah.
You want two?
Yeah.
Well, they're both now asking for the court to be mopped. So match point opportunity number 4 now for Carolina Marin.
25-24. Play.
Oh, it's gone wide! Well, this match has had it all, hasn't it?
Great quality shot there.
There's the net shot off the net shot again from Sun Yu.
Play.
Missed it. Yeah, no question. Definitely wide. So match point number 5. And this time she converts. An hour and 34 minutes. 27-25 in the deciding game. And the European, world and Olympic champion comes good and comes back from an 8-point deficit. What a match. What an athlete. Well, she looked down and out at one stage to me. Well, I think I said at 6:14.
Several stages.
Yep, Sun Yu looked to be in control, but I've learned a lesson before. Never write off a player, and you certainly never write off Carolina Marin. She is a great fighter. Well, the match clock has been rounded up to an hour and 35 minutes. Look at that, 21-19, 16-21, 27-25 in the deciding game. And Carolina Marin through to her second consecutive semi-final here at the Denmark Open. And tomorrow she will play Yamaguchi of Japan.
Please welcome the technical officials to court number 1.
Well, my goodness me, what a fabulous women's singles that was. The world and Olympic champion, Carolina Marin, coming through in that deciding game, having saved 2 match points. Well, if the rest of our matches are half as good as that, we are in for a real treat. Men's singles is up next, and of course it's the qualifier